Why do people hate Deserted Valley? Well, after the launch of Shutter Island, it looks like the entire player base just abandoned the good old Deserted Valley map. But why did that happen? Why did players completely switch over and leave this once popular battleground behind? Let's dive deep and find out. Before jumping into the video, let me take a moment to give you all an update. We have officially welcomed 660 incredible people into our Noob Nation family. You all are the real MVPs who have kept me motivated throughout this journey. Your support, your comments, and your engagement mean the world to me. So, a huge shout out to every single one of you. And now, without wasting any more time, let's get into the real reason why players hate Deserted Valley and why it has almost been forgotten. The first and biggest reason is Shutter Island itself. It's fast, action-packed, and has completely killed our attention span. Nowadays, with the unexpected rise of short-form content like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikToks, studies suggest that the modern human attention span has dropped to less than 10 seconds. Every time we're free, we instinctively scroll through quick, bite-sized videos, looking for the next dopamine rush. And whether we realize it or not, this habit has directly impacted our playstyle. After the launch of Shutter Island, the entire player base shifted from slow, tactical gameplay to mindless pushing and high-kill matches. If you take a closer look, you'll notice that in Shutter Island, the resurgence time is way shorter than in Deserted Valley. For example, from the first to the third play zone shrink, if you die in Shutter Island, chances are you'll be redeployed in under 10 to 15 seconds. The game constantly throws you back into the fight, keeping the adrenaline pumping. But in Deserted Valley, it's a different story. Every time you die, the resurgence timer increases. If you die multiple times between the first and third zone, the resurgence time can stretch up to 196 seconds. And if your resurgence timer exceeds 70 seconds, your teammates have to wait more than 5 seconds just to redeploy you. This long wait time kills the momentum, leading to lower player engagement and, naturally, a growing disinterest in the map itself. Another major issue is campers. Yes, you heard that right. Campers ruin the experience for many players in Deserted Valley. In Shutter Island, the map is small and tightly packed with buildings, compounds, and structures that limit long-range engagements. But in Deserted Valley, if a camper hits you from an unexpected angle, you have nowhere to run. The map has wide open spaces, and in the desert section, if an enemy squad has 0, they can easily set up a camping spot on top of a mountain and hunt down your entire squad with snipers. This creates an unfair advantage and frustrates players who prefer fast-paced action over sitting in a corner, waiting for easy kills. Another huge problem is delayed fights. Deserted Valley is just too big, and that leads to a major pacing issue. If you wipe out a whole squad, chances are you won't immediately find another fight. You'll have to run from one end of the map to the other just to locate another team. And if you think vehicles might help, they are way too slow. Even Fulton balloons only cover a distance of 100 to 150 meters, which barely helps in crossing large areas. For players who enjoy constant gunfights, Deserted Valley simply doesn't deliver the same high-energy experience as Shutter Island. Then there's the hacker problem. Believe it or not, hackers actually prefer Deserted Valley over Shutter Island. If you've played any Battle Royale game, you've probably heard of hacks like Magic Bullet, Antenna Hack, Wall Hack, Speed Hack, and No Recoil. But why do hackers specifically choose Deserted Valley? The reason is simple. The map has more open spaces. Hacks like Magic Bullet and Wall Hack work best when there are fewer obstacles between the hacker and their target. In a map like Deserted Valley, with its vast open areas, a hacker can easily eliminate enemies without worrying about cover. But in Shutter Island, where buildings and walls are everywhere, these hacks don't work as effectively because the hitboxes get messed up. This makes Deserted Valley a playground for cheaters, frustrating legitimate players and pushing them away from the map entirely. Another critical issue is loot. Compared to Shutter Island, Deserted Valley has significantly less loot. If you fail to land early, or if you drop between 2 enemy squads, your chances of survival drop to 50%. Your enemies might have already picked up an M4 or an MP5, while you're stuck with an M700 or a VSS. And let's be real, No one wants to start a match with a sniper or a semi-auto when enemies are already armed to the teeth. The lack of loot makes the early game frustrating, discouraging players from landing in Deserted Valley in the first place. Another thing that turns players away is the map's design. While Deserted Valley is visually stunning, it feels outdated compared to Shutter Island. The map layout encourages long rotations, slow pacing, and unnecessary downtime between fights. Players want fast, non-stop action, and Deserted Valley simply doesn't provide that experience. It's not just about size, it's about how the map is structured. When players feel like they're spending more time running than fighting, they naturally gravitate toward maps that offer constant engagement. All of these factors combined, the longer resurgence times, the prevalence of campers, the lack of back-to-back fights, the hacker problem, the limited loot, and the overall slow pacing, have led to the downfall of Deserted Valley. But here's the good news. The developers have already acknowledged these issues and have promised they are working on a new Battle Royale map. Not only that, but they've also mentioned that they're trying to bring back some of the fan-favorite striker abilities from the closed beta test. If they manage to deliver on these promises, we might see a major shift in gameplay, bringing back balance and excitement to the game. So, let's just hope for the best. If the devs can optimize Deserted Valley, tweak the Resurgence system, improve loot distribution, and introduce changes that make the map more fast-paced, there's a chance it could regain its former glory. But until then, it's clear why players have moved on. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to Noob Nation, and share this video with your Bloodstrike squad. I'm Realistic, signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.